Hi and welcome back to How to with Melissa's Magical Creations. I'm Kathleen and today I am going to show you how to make your very own wax melts. Now, here are the containers. There's 6 to a container. They fold. They snap closed. There you go, wax melts. So you can use them. You can make them for your home. You can make them and give them out as gifts, or you can make them and sell them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my soy wax. And these I got from Amazon, but I'm pretty sure they sell them elsewhere, but I know I purchased mine from Amazon. So I'm going to, here's my wax. I've got almost a cup, so it's 3/4 of a cup. I have 5 containers here, because, you can do a lot with this. I'm only going to use 1 scent today, because it'll be easier for me to just go through this with you, but you can use any scent. Usually when I make them, I'll make about 10 different scents, but I'll make about 5 each of 10 different scents, but this time I'm just going to do the 1 scent. Now, telling you some things you can get from Dollar Tree, and you can use them to do a lot of stuff. I've gotten a scented oil, luminescence, rose, and apricot, and it actually does not smell bad at all. It has a very light, clean fragrance. So I can smell the rose and I can smell an undertone of the apricot. So it's actually a really nice mixture. I never would have thought of this combination. But it is 1/2 ounce, $1, Dollar Tree. So let's see. And it is an oil, so you can mix it with the wax. So what I'm going to do, because I like a lot of the scent, especially if I don't have the cast. They're granules and it casts off the scent so that the scent goes further out. I'll use a little more of the oil so that I can make sure that scent still carries even without that cast. So I am going to just count to 5, since I'm doing 5 different containers. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,005. I have just a little bit left, so I'm just going to pour it in there. So the whole bottle went to 3/4 cup of melted wax. So this is done. This is my little trash that I do. Got my bamboo skewers. And I saw that they had those at Dollar Tree also. Now these I've had for a while. I bought I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe, from Walmart. And I got like 500 in a pack. They don't sell them like that anymore. So now, once I'm done with these, wow, you can see the steam. And it smells nice. But once I'm done with these, I've only got a handful left. I will start getting mine from Dollar Tree too, because I saw those the other day. And, you can't beat that. $1. Oh my goodness. So what you do with the containers, I'm going to now adjust. There you go. So I'm going to carefully and slowly, because it's hot wax, pour them in each compartment. It doesn't have to be precise. They can run over. It doesn't matter. Really and truly, you don't have to be perfect. I don't even know if this is going to be a complete 5 packs, but I didn't want to do like I would for a candle, because then I would have had to, get more. And you just set them aside to cool. Once they have cooled, you put the lid on. Do not let them cool with the lid on. Don't do that, because then it will sweat. You'll get moisture in it, and it won't solidify like you want them to. But, okay. Set that to the side. Grab this one. So far, it's 3. And I'm thinking it's going to be 4. Oh no, I don't think it's going to be a complete 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little trusty candle container for the catch-all. Remember that I told you a few videos back? Here it is, my catch-all. Now this is my container that I just, whatever wax that I'm making candles or wax melts with, I just pour it right on top so I don't waste that wax because it's going to burn. When I get this filled up, then I will light it. It'll be in the house and it'll just have a mixture of all kinds of scents. It'll go from one to the other. But throw this in the trash too. I always like to keep trash, a trash bag near me so that I am able to clean as I go. And then, of course, you wipe this out because you don't want this wax to cling or stick or build up or anything like that. And then later on, you can heat it up in a microwave and then, clean it out a little better. Get another piece of paper towel. So that's it. That in and of itself is how you make wax melts. Now these wax melts, because in my other video, I showed you how to just decorate plain wax melt burners from Dollar Tree. So this is just, wax melts that I'm going to put in that because these are for the house. Unless my customers call me up or send me a text or send me an email or, inbox me or what have you. Leave me a message. Hey, I want to try that new scent out that I saw you make. This will probably just be for the house. Not a big deal. Some things you got to make just for yourself. And this is something else that you can do with your kids. Older kids, unless you have some very responsible younger kids, but you still have to be in the room with them. You still have to be right there while they are melting the wax and, of course, while they are pouring it. They can do little things like help you mix the fragrance. They can, stir the fragrance while you're pouring it into the hot wax, and then you pour it. Just whatever it is, just make sure you're careful, because I don't want to, have it on my conscience that, someone was a little bit distracted, because sometimes that happens, especially if you have more than one child. Just make sure while you're doing this, you are paying attention to what is going on around you so that there are no accidents. Hot wax is hot wax regardless, and it burns and it hurts. Oh my God, it hurts. But you let this cool completely. It usually takes, because they're in these little compartments. These are so cute. And what you do is they pop right out after they have cooled. You just twist the container a little bit, and then they pop, and you use 1 or 2 and put it in, if you remember or if you've watched it, your own decorated wax melt burner. So, just your own little thing, your own wax melts, something to do, like I said, with your children, just to ensure that no one goes crazy during this time. That's it. Well, I do apologize. It does take about maybe an hour or 2 for this to completely solidify, and then you can close it up. Now, with me, if I make them and I'm making them for a client, then I label them, what the scent is, and that way I know what I'm giving to my customer, because most of the time I don't color them unless they want them to be colored, so they'll be a uniform color And, you know, I showed you guys my wax already. So um, that's what it's going to look like unless you color it. Now, while you're doing this, have fun. You have something that you made yourself, you and your children. It's going to make your house smell wonderful. And, you know, if it's for a client, you can add any kind of scent depending on who it's for and what they like. So, of course, you know, do so. But it's very simple, like very simple to make. It, like you saw, the only thing I did was melt the wax. And once I melted the wax, I added the scent. I poured it in, and that was it. It took 2.5 minutes for the wax to be melted, and that 3/4 cup made 3 full trays. And then that little that was left over, I poured into my catch-all candle, and that's it. You don't have to worry about a lot of waste. Now, if you want to make more, then buy that 3/4 cup that was melted. You know, that makes 3 complete, so do 1.5. That'll make you 6 or 7 because of that leftover piece. I'm sorry, the leftover amount. That will probably, you know, altogether, if you did 1.5 cups of melted wax, then you'll be able to make 7 trays. But, you know, just gauge it that way. That way you know how much you're going to make. You don't have to waste, just in case you don't have a catch-all candle. And you know exactly what you need. So if you have to go out and buy anything, you know exactly what you need to buy. And then that little fragrance that I got from Dollar Tree, the rose and apricot, 1/2 ounce filled up 3 complete trays. So you know exactly what you need. I can smell it now, and it smells really nice. I'm very surprised because I'm not a fan of the fruit apricot, but the scent is actually really nice. So it's nice. So it's something that's soft. It smells very clean. It smells fresh, and I can smell it. So I think it'll be something I'll like smelling in my house. So I'm gonna, you know, I have those 3 already painted and decorated. I'll decorate the other 2, or I'll let one of my kids decorate the other 2, or have 2 of my kids decorate. You know, 1 for each, however they want, and then, you know, I'll have them all over the house and just melt them. And melt the wax that I've just created. It'll be in the house. Some burning and melting on every floor. Of course, in the bathrooms, because there's 2 of those. So, you know, we'll just make sure the house stays nice and it smells nice, because we're not able to go outside at this time. We're not able to do what we normally do. So, you know, I don't want any extra smells going on. But that's about it. And I have nothing else to say about it. It's very simple, though, honestly. All you have to do is make sure that while you're doing it, I'm used to making it, so you can use protective gloves if you like when you're handling the wax. You can do that with your candles too. Or, you know, while you're pouring them in the little trays, because they're so small, please make sure you have some kind of a container that has an elongated spout. That way you have more control of where it's going, and you don't have to worry about making a mess or burning yourself while you're pouring it, or maybe while one of your kids are pouring it. And then you can always lay something down on the table, but I've been doing this for so long, I don't need to. But I would suggest when you're first trying this out and you're first doing this, make sure you have all the precautions out so no one gets burned, period. Safety is more important than anything else. So, again, stay safe during this time, and everyone be blessed, be healthy, make the right choices, and enjoy yourself. And again, thank you so much. We are at 90 subscribers, and as soon as we hit 100, someone's getting a prize, and it's going to be completely free of charge. Just make sure you tell all your friends and family to watch, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You guys have a wonderful evening.